I would like to now demonstrate how to edit video to a music soundtrack background. There are many ways to do this, but editing in the timeline is the most intuitive and it's a good place to start. Right here I have a soundtrack that's laid down, it's locked in place. I have a bunch of sequences, one of which is of me getting up from a video monitor. Another one is just a picture of a door. I believe that was taken by one of the students in this class. I'm going to take probably first my video and double click. It will load up in the source window, and I'm going to expand the source window a little bit just so that things are not so crowded. And notice there was this audio only drag that we used for the sound before. Instead, this time we're going to use the video drag only, and that will strip the video from the sound, and so we have just the video to work with. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to drop it into the timeline. Now, when I go through this, I'm going to turn off the sound just for now because we don't need that. I'm going to scrub through, and if you'll notice, and this will happen to a number of you, you've taken a number of different clips in the same video session, and so they'll be kind of strung together like this. So the first thing I might want to do is separate that out. I'll do that by expanding the clip a bit and just finding where that changes. So the first frame where I see the change is where I want to make the cut. I use my trusty cut tool, which is C on the keyboard. I cut right there, and then I have two sections. Alright, so I'm going to expand back out, and I'm going to go to the door as well. I'm going to double click that, and it will load into the source window. And again, I'll grab onto this film strip, and I'll drag it down. This is a much longer one, and I'm going to look for some clips around that. So here's the door kind of zooming in, and then it backs up, so maybe before that happens I can make a clip right around there. Make a clip there. Let's see, here's the door kind of stationary, and basically doing that same thing again right about there. Make another couple little clips. Again, any decision you make like this will not be permanent because you can extend anything you're doing and retract anything you're doing, but I'm just going to use these clips. I'm going to click, use my selection tool and click on the stuff I don't want and just hit delete with the delete key. Alright, let's just see what we have here. And I'm going to play it to the music. Okay, and then we have the door in there. Alright, so one thing you probably noticed is the fact that pretty much anything with dramatic music feels a lot more dramatic than it otherwise would be. The miracle of music. When I was kind of looking at this, I realized that maybe I don't want to start with me in front, maybe I want to start with the door. So one of the things that I find easiest about this process is I can move things around like building blocks, but in order to do that I'm going to need a little more space to trim. I have this video which is open, and I can tell that this video in this track. To open up other video tracks I have to hit this triangle to make a pull down window, and you'll notice that it's open because it's slightly wider now and the triangle is pointing down. So now I can actually just grab stuff with my selection tool and move it around. Alright, kind of moving it back. Maybe do something like this. Coming in nice and dramatically. Oh, there's this gap, which I don't like. which indicates to me that this is not moved over properly. Okay, let's check that out. Okay, goes into me looking. Okay, I'm going to take this, I'm going to drag this in maybe. Maybe I'm going to trim this up a little bit. And bring this in. What I'm trying to do is I'm listening to the salient parts of the music to see if they will give me cues as to where to cut. That sounds like a good place. That kind of swelling might be a place where I'd want to go back, maybe to my character here. Okay, and you can play around with where these are, listen for the timing of the music. I have kind of run out of space here, but I have one more trick up my sleeve. I'm going to undock this panel so I can have access to it. And this is the tool panel. There's a tool called the Rate Stretch tool that will allow me to stretch the length of this clip and actually make it a lot more dramatic by slowing it down. So I'll show you what I mean. All right. So there's definitely some tightening that needs to happen, but I wanted to demonstrate how you move around clips, how you listen to the music, and how you line things up.